So I was out in my woods, which is in the Park Services, and I'd been seeing a lot of rock coming out and filling up the creek with all this cut rock, every bit of it's cut. And then I came upon this. Yeah, look at that. It's still together, intact. I mean, oh my gosh, for real. And everything is cut here. Like, I'm looking down here, and we have cut pieces, cut pieces, cut pieces. But look at this. They're cut pieces that are still intact, going up to the bigger pieces, and then it just keeps going. And then I noticed it looks like concrete all the way around in this huge creek system. So you have to wonder what kind of civilization was in here. Look at this. And all of this is parts of it. It's all cut rock. All of it. Everything's got angles and corners and everything on it. And everyone's thinking, oh, it's just rock. Really? Look at this. It's just coming out. It's coming out of the side and underneath. It's unreal. It's just unreal. Cut pieces everywhere. It is quite the mess. And then we go over here. And then I'm looking and I'm thinking that all of our creeking systems with these rocks, parts of old civilization. Absolutely. I'm looking at big ones and little ones, and look at it's just coming out. Look at that. Just coming out. Unbelievable. How many people see this stuff every single day when they come out to these places and they're just like, oh, well, it's rock. Yeah, look at this just coming out of here. There's a whole foundation here of it just coming out of. Cut rock, cut rock, cut rock everywhere. And here's a nice prime example. Do you think that nature does that with angles, for real? I mean, oh my gosh. And you can see it all coming out of the creek systems. I mean, wow. Wow, look at this. Just coming out. Stacked on top of each other. Literally stacked on top of each other. And just coming out. Look at the tree devastation. Oh my gosh. Our nature. Oh, Lord. It's a nightmare mess. Look, more cut rock. I mean, really? It's got 3 sides on it, for goodness sake. Cut into angles and... yeah, because don't you know nature makes angles? And don't you know nature stacks different rocks on top of each other with angles? Look at that one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, cut rock. The devastation of everything. We're standing on a civilization completely not forgotten, but deliberately forgotten, hidden. This is in our creeking systems. Can you imagine? Look at that. It's stacked. It's literally stacked. It's not forming by... Those are all different rocks, and they're all stacked on top of each other. Unreal. So everyone needs to start going to their creeking systems and see if they have this scenario going on, and you gotta wonder, what civilization was this that we don't know anything about? I mean, completely erased from our memory. I mean, look what they're doing in a short span of 3 years. They're erasing who you think you are, telling you that if you're a heterosexual, then you're bad, you're no good, and it's never going to last. And telling you that the craziness of, what was that called, LGBTQ or whatever, is the only way. Yeah, the only way to take down humanity. And if in 3 years they could do that to humanity, what do you think they could do with 100 or 2 or 3 or 4? When in such a short time of 3 years, look what they've already done. When are we going to wake up, snap out of it, and take our reality back? Look at our nature. This tree is not that old. And there's tree devastation absolutely everywhere. It's quite horrible. I mean, I'm looking around and it's just dead trees. I'm walking through the forest of dead trees. And this is becoming norm. Look at all these cut rocks up here. Just coming up out of the ground, lying around, cut rock absolutely everywhere. What was this place before we were wiped of it with our amnesia? How beautiful was this realm? How beautiful was it? Look at all this rock coming out of under the dirt and inside of the dirt. How big was this realm actually? What have we forgotten? That we need to remember that humanity was taken over and this part of our reality has been completely wiped from us. Look at this. All this cut rock. All of it. The whole creeking system. Actually, this is in every single creeking system. Just angles and cut rock coming right out of the dirt. Because don't you know rocks are cut and they're just put into the dirt on multiple layers? Of course they are. Look at this, what I'm walking on. We need to re-examine everything. Everything we think we know. Yeah, Looks like this place was exploded. Some of it's very definite, and other parts of it looks like it's actually been exploded. How long have we had that dew weaponry? For a very long time, but hidden from humanity. What burned down Chicago and all these other places? Let me guess, dew weaponry? They just pull it out and do it again? How did Hiroshima and Nagasaki really go down? Nuclear or dew? As far as I thought, if you had massive radiation, you wouldn't be able to rebuild, let alone within a year be there and not die for the people, and then anything growing, who knows? I will tell you, it's the same weaponry over and over and over, and we're the stupid ones, believing the narrative given us. Nuclear? I don't believe so. Dew weaponry? Absolutely. And it's always been used. How are you going to melt everything down in a footprint? Look at all this rock just coming out, cut rock coming out of here. And the trees are just dying. So heavy with heavy metals. Look at this. Cut rock just coming out. It's just, because don't you know, nature cuts the rock, puts it in, layers it on different rock, and then you can just see it coming out because that's normal. If anybody told me I was normal, I would slap them because I'd feel so insulted. It's not a great thing to be called normal. No, it's not. Just cut rock everywhere. This whole thing. Well, there we go. This entire bed, if it weren't for the water washing all this rock down to its foundation, pulling it out, saying, hello, do you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me for what I am? Please start looking at me for what I truly am. Start questioning everything. Look at this angle in here. Because don't you know that's a total angle. Boom, boom. All coming out from underneath of here. Different sizes. Not even the same material, really. Different rocks. That's why the creek beds look like this. All cut. All terrible. Just look at this. Wow. Wow. All this big cut rock everywhere. Our civilizations as humans was taken over and destroyed. And here sits the remnants of our civilization that we used to have as humanity. Somebody hates humans extremely much, where they want us all to be dead and die. And look what they've done to us. Look what they did to our existing reality at one point, and then brainwashed us to believe we came from nothing. Look at this. Cut rocks everywhere. Underneath of the trees, cut rocks, because nature just grew over this devastation. And the water released the secret, which is why we're able to see what's underneath the ground. If it weren't for the water deviating this way and cutting through, we would not know what we're walking upon. Cut rocks. A long lost humanity. Well, the entire realm was quite something at a given time before we were brutally taken over. And I mean brutally taken over. There it is. Cut rocks, cut rocks, cut rocks. Maybe you'll find some cut rocks in this video that I'm not seeing. Because they're absolutely... And this is absolutely in every creeking system, which I said earlier. Humanity taken down to a most miserable level. Look at all this. They just let nature grow over it. This must have been one heck of an epicenter. And this is all that's left. Remnants of what was. Mere remnants of what was. There we go. And this isn't just where I live. This is our entire snow globe. So, alright then. I don't know if I should go or just start talking about some of the things I'm seeing. That humanity was not where it is now, obviously. Not even. And the tree devastation. I will add this in. I had somebody give me a really nasty, oh, there goes a frog, comment about me killing my houseplants in the sunroom. And I will say this, all of the plants that are in dirt have a draining system underneath of them. So if you add too much water, it automatically comes out. And as far as the soil goes, yes, it gets refurbished. And if you think that, and you're so upset that I'm putting glass bottles in my plants, I couldn't imagine you not being upset about this stuff. You think I'm killing my plants? Well, we know who's killing our world. What good is a houseplant when the entire world is dying around you? I think you better take some of that hostility and anger and start putting it to where it has better use on your filthy governments and take back your reality. Because if you think a houseplant that's not faring very well is bothering you so much, I can't even imagine what you would think about the devastation here in your own backyard. And why they keep planting trees and they keep having to take them down after not even a year, because they start to die immediately in the toxic soil. Unbelievable. I remember 20, 25, 30 years ago, I could walk through the woods and I would see maybe on occasion a dead tree. Now, it's a graveyard of trees. And it doesn't matter where I go, it's a graveyard of trees. There it is. And the big trees are in such bad shape. Even look at this little tiny tree. This tree is only this big. How old do you think that is? Maybe 5 years, 6 years? And look at the shape it's in. And it's not just that one. This one's even younger. Look at the shape of this one. This one's so young, I can wrap my entire hand around it. But oh, don't worry. Everything's going to be okay because somebody else is going to do the work. Every tree is exhibiting such stress and duress. And this one, oh my gosh, this thing is teeny tiny. I can wrap my fingers around it. Look at the devastation of these trees. They're all dying. Yes, they are. I think you people better wake up and smell the coffee before the coffee pot is done and it's too late, because it's burning. It's all burning. Look at the size of the trees that are left. There's not much. And the big ones, they're literally on their last leg, if they haven't already fallen down. I walk into here just in the last 4 years that I've been walking through here. I've been seeing even more devastation, if that's even possible. But of course it is. Look at this sight. Look at the state of our reality. Just look around at the ground. Dead and dying. We're going to be, what was that song? You're going to put a parking lot in and put trees in a tree museum? Yeah, there you go. There you go. And here's this again. Inside of the tree. I did a video on that when I was talking about that with Wendy, where we had seen these wires are inside of the tree. Inside of the tree. Look at this poor tree. It's just one of many, many trees. There's absolutely nowhere you can go where the trees aren't on their last leg. If we still have forests in 10 years, I'm going to be in a state of shock. You see me just walking up to all the trees randomly. And what are you seeing? You're seeing mad devastation. People get out into nature. Nature screaming, screaming, acknowledge and see me. Look at this. Look at this. It's terrible. Trees laying down everywhere. And they're not in good shape, folks. They're not in good shape. All the trees, see the discoloration in these trees? That means inside of those trees it's already dead. Anytime you see discoloration in the trees like this, that part of the tree is already dead inside. Yes, they are. And you can see the tree discolorations. So the white part is dead. The dark part is still alive. How long do you think it's got before it's completely dead? Horrible. I see people on taking these trails all the time and they're like, oh, it's so beautiful. Really? Do you not see what's in front of your very face? Can you not see the devastation? Can you not? No, they simply cannot see what's in front of their face. Because they're out of nature so much, when they go in, it's like a wonderland to them. Because they're living in a cubicle most of their life, or in their house. So when they do go out into nature, they can't see the state of nature. All they see is they're outside. Can't tell you how many people I've come across and it's like, oh gosh, it's bad out here. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, look at nature. It's dying in front of you. Don't you see it? No, I don't. No, they really don't. It's really something. Just, God, dead and dying. Dead and dying. I wonder when they notice that there's no trees left that, yeah, look at this. You cannot go anywhere where there's just, in every next step, there's just dead and death and death. It's everywhere. And all the big trees, this is them. What's left of them. Go into yours. Here's more. Just they're everywhere. You can't get around this stuff. It's so bad. Look at this. Dead and dying. Dead and dead. I don't want to be pessimistic, but my eyes don't lie. My senses don't lie. Everything is screaming, help me, help me, help me. And you're too busy living your life and it's not your problem. One day, when everything is gone, if people don't snap the fuck out of it and do something, you'll be there living in a Mad Max world. The only thing that prevents us from being in that is nature. Good luck in existing in that Mad Max world, because that will never be my reality. Unlike many of you, I am not afraid of death. Death is just the beginning. And it really is. I don't suggest you go kill yourself. I suggest you find some balls. Stand up and do something to try to preserve what's here, what's left, before we get to the point we can't preserve it anymore because the soil is too toxic for even the babies. And it's not good. It's not good. It's terrible. Just dead and dying everywhere. Everything. Well, your choice. Preserve a beautiful reality, what's left of it, and go ahead and enter into your Mad Max world. Find you have no balls. You have no testosterone, and that's for women too. We have testosterone too. Stop doing what's easy, and stop just getting along to go along. You're not going to have anything to get along to go along with anymore. Welcome to your 15-minute cities of hell, because they're already designed and planning them now. What do you think Maui's going to be? I see them making excuses to keep those barriers up, and then before you know it, it's going to become hot wire with razor barb on top to keep you in. Settlement stocks. Oh yeah, they're trying to pass a bill right now stating that if you don't have electricity and running water, they can confiscate your land and your home. And that's for all of you that have gone off-grid and the Amish. Because yeah, they're the next ones on the hit list. And this is how they ensure culling all of the Amish and people off-grid. Time to do something, folks. Time to do something. All right, then. I guess I'll go. And that's my video for the day. Everybody, it's time to snap out of it. It's time to step forward. It's time. It's time. It's time. Have a great day, and don't be a fence sitter. Bye.